Look at a sparrow on a fence, an eagle riding a thermal, or a penguin cutting through cold water, and they may seem like completely different kinds of animals. But they all belong to the same remarkable group, birds, or class Aves. Birds are warm-blooded vertebrates, meaning they have backbones and maintain an internal body temperature rather than relying only on the environment. They are defined by a package of features that no other living animal group combines in quite the same way: feathers, beaked jaws without teeth, hard-shelled eggs, a high-energy metabolism, a four-chambered heart, and a skeleton that is both strong and unusually light. These traits are not random details. Together, they explain how birds became one of the most successful animal groups on Earth, living on every continent and in nearly every habitat. One of the most important things to understand about birds is that they are not just animals that happen to fly. Flight matters, but it is not the whole story. Nearly all birds have wings, yet not all birds fly. Ostriches run across open land, penguins use their wings like underwater flippers, and some island birds lost flight after evolving in places with few predators. Wings are modified forelimbs, inherited through a long evolutionary history, but their form changes depending on lifestyle. A hummingbird wing is built for hovering precision. An albatross wing is built for long-distance gliding over oceans. A penguin wing is built for swimming. Birds show that evolution does not simply create one perfect design, it reshapes inherited structures for new challenges. Feathers are the signature feature of birds, and they are far more complex than they first appear. Feathers help birds fly, but they also insulate the body, shed water, provide camouflage, signal to mates, and sometimes create dramatic displays. A bird's high metabolic rate produces lots of heat, and feathers help conserve it, allowing birds to remain active in cold environments. In flight, feathers, tiny branching structures interlock to form a smooth surface that can push against air. In down, feathers, fluffy branches trap warmth. This flexibility made feathers one of evolution's most powerful inventions. Long before birds filled the skies, feather-like structures appeared in dinosaur relatives, suggesting that feathers first evolved for purposes such as insulation or display before becoming essential to flight. Bird skeletons are also masterpieces of engineering. They must be light enough for flight, but strong enough to survive takeoff, landing, and powerful muscle forces. Many bird bones are hollow or air-filled, reducing weight without making the skeleton fragile. The breastbone in flying birds often has a large keel, where powerful flight muscles attach. Their bones also preserve a deep link to dinosaurs. Birds are the only living members of Dinosauria. More specifically, they evolved from theropod dinosaurs, the same broad group that included many two-legged predators. This means that when you see a pigeon walking through a city square, you are looking at a living dinosaur lineage, not a distant cousin in a poetic sense, but an actual surviving branch of that ancient tree. The evolutionary story of birds stretches back into the age of dinosaurs. Early bird-like animals, known as aviolans, appeared during the late Jurassic, with Archaeopteryx often used as a famous example of a creature showing both dinosaur and bird-like traits. Modern birds, called neornithes, evolved later, with estimates placing their origins around the Cretaceous period. Then, 66 million years ago, the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event wiped out the pterosaurs and all non-ornithuran dinosaurs. Birds survived. Afterward, they diversified dramatically into many of the forms we know today. Their survival may have been helped by small body size, varied diets, mobility, and reproductive strategies. Whatever the exact reasons, birds became one of the great success stories after one of Earth's greatest biological disasters. Today there are more than 11,000 living bird species, split into dozens of orders. They range from the bee hummingbird, only about 5.5 centimeters long, to the common ostrich, which can stand nearly 2.8 meters tall. More than half of all bird species are passerines, often called perching birds. This enormous group includes many familiar songbirds and is especially successful because of its adaptable feet, complex vocal behavior, and ability to exploit many habitats. Birds live in forests, deserts, wetlands, grasslands, mountains, oceans, farms, and cities. Some migrate across continents, while others spend their entire lives in one small region. Their diversity shows how a shared body plan can be stretched into thousands of ecological roles. Flying is one of the most demanding activities in the animal kingdom, and birds are built around meeting that demand. Their respiratory system is especially efficient. Instead of simple lungs that move air in and out like bellows, birds use air sacs that help create a one-way flow of air through the lungs. This allows them to extract oxygen very effectively, even during intense activity or at high altitude. Their four-chambered heart keeps oxygen-rich and oxygen-poor blood separate, supporting sustained energy output. Their digestion is also adapted to active lives, processing food efficiently while avoiding unnecessary weight. In many birds, every system of the body is shaped by the same challenge: gather energy, use oxygen efficiently, and keep the body light enough to move through air. Not every bird's greatest achievement is flight through air. Some birds have taken the basic bird blueprint and adapted it for water. Penguins are the clearest example. They cannot fly in the sky, but underwater they move with the grace of expert aerial acrobats. Their wings became flippers, their bodies became streamlined, and their feathers form a dense insulating coat. Seabirds such as albatrosses, petrels, and gulls also show specialized adaptations for marine life, from long-distance gliding to salt management. Many waterbirds have feet shaped for paddling, wading, or walking on soft mud. These adaptations remind us that birds did not simply conquer the sky, they repeatedly invaded water, land, forest canopies, and open plains with equal evolutionary creativity. Birds are often highly social animals, and their communication can be astonishingly complex. They use visual signals, calls, songs, postures, colors, and coordinated movements. Birdsong is not just background music. It can defend territory, attract mates, identify individuals, and pass information through a group. Some birds mob predators, gathering together to harass owls, hawks, or snakes and warn others nearby. Many flock for safety, navigation, or feeding efficiency. In some social species, knowledge is preserved across generations, creating forms of animal culture. Young birds may learn migration routes, feeding techniques, or vocal traditions from older individuals. This means bird behavior is not only instinct written in genes, it can also be shaped by learning, memory, and social experience. Reproduction in birds is built around eggs, nests, and parental investment. Birds lay hard-shelled eggs that protect developing young while allowing gas exchange. In most species, eggs are placed in a nest, though nests can range from elaborate woven structures to simple scrapes on the ground. Parents usually incubate the eggs, keeping them warm and protected until hatching. Many bird species are socially monogamous, at least for one breeding season, meaning a male and female cooperate to raise young. Some pairs remain together for years, while others form new bonds each season. Other systems exist too, including polygyny and, more rarely, polyandry. After hatching, many chicks require extended care, food delivery, protection, and teaching before they can survive alone. Humans have always had a close relationship with birds. Domesticated and wild birds provide eggs, meat, and feathers, making them economically important across the world. Chickens, ducks, turkeys, and geese are central to food systems in many cultures. Feathers have been used in clothing, bedding, decoration, and manufacturing. Guano, or bird excrement, has been harvested as fertilizer because it is rich in nutrients. Birds also hold symbolic power in human culture. Owls can represent wisdom, doves peace, eagles strength, and cranes longevity. Songbirds and parrots are kept as pets, while birdwatching has become a major form of recreation and ecotourism. The study of birds, called ornithology, has also helped scientists understand migration, evolution, behavior, and environmental change. But the human relationship with birds has a darker side. Since the 17th century, roughly 120 to 130 bird species have gone extinct because of human activity, and many more vanished before modern records. Today, around 1,200 bird species are threatened with extinction. Habitat loss, invasive species, hunting, pollution, climate change, and collisions with human structures all contribute to the crisis. Birds are often early warning signals for ecosystem health because they are visible, widespread, and sensitive to environmental change. Protecting them means protecting wetlands, forests, grasslands, islands, and oceans. Birds are not just beautiful animals in the background of human life. They are living dinosaurs, ecological workers, cultural icons, and reminders that the natural world is both resilient and vulnerable. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.